everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday and your week is off to a crafty start. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we're making a girly girl card and we're using a die set and an embossing folder from Spellbinders. This is designed by Garcia and it's part of a new collection and it's called Buttons and Keepsakes. So we're just going to jump in and get started. First off, we're going to do our die cutting. This is a smaller die set. There's only 5 dies in here. And then you have the Dressform here. And I'm going to die cut this out using some Spellbinders gold mirror cardstock. I'm actually going to die cut this out 3 times. Okay, and then as far as the dress goes, I'm going to create the dress 3 times too. And I'm going to be using light and dark colors. The lightest, I'll cut out the dress. The darkest, I'll cut out the dress details, which are these pieces here. This is a little ribbon or a bow. And then we have the little sleeves. And then this is the top to the dress form, which I'm not going to use, but it's also the ribbon that goes around the waist. Okay, so I'll do this with this is Spellbinders Waterfall. And this is Spellbinders Seaside. Actually said that opposite. This is Seaside, this is Waterfall. I need more coffee. Okay, and then I'm also going to do 2 different shades of pink. I have a light and then a dark. And then I also am going to do 2 different shades of yellow. Okay, and I will run these through my die cut machine. And we're going to create some pretty little dresses. I did pop up my dress forms with some foam tape. Let me show you. And I actually have it on some release paper. So I put 2 small foam squares and 1 down here on the bottom. Okay, and what we're going to do is go ahead and layer our dress. But I am going to pop up each of these dresses with foam tape too. I love the dimension that it's giving me so far. It's just so pretty. Okay, my goal is to make 3 different dresses. Now for the yellow one, we have the ribbon and the sleeves. There's 2 parts to the sleeves. I'm not going to use the back part. I'm only going to use the front part for this one, but I'm not going to use it for the intended purpose. You know, I like to switch things up. There she goes again. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use my glue, and then I'm going to add a dot right here at the top, and then we're going to add first the ribbon. Maybe I need to bring in my picker-upper tool. We'll add the ribbon here. Okay, and then I'm going to add another dot of glue. We'll add this top piece. Okay, now I'm not going to use we're not going to put any ribbon along the waist, so I'm going to put that away. These are the little pieces that go to the sleeves. These are the pieces that go on top of the sleeves. I'm going to add them to the top of my dress. Okay, and we're having stormy weather, so if you hear a little kitty cat crying in the back, it's my Princeton is our little boy kitty, and he gets so scared of thunder. Okay, he likes to hide in the closet. I'm going to go open my door real fast. Okay, so that is one unintended purpose, but it makes a completely different dress. Okay, so we have little ruffles on the top part of the dress. Now, as far as the pink one goes, we are going to add the little waistband. So we'll take that. We'll add that. Now, instead of putting the ribbon in the middle, we're going to put it off to the side here. So I'll add some glue, and we'll add this ribbon here. See, I'm making it kind of sway a little bit. Now, as far as the blue dress goes, we're going to go ahead and add the sleeves. It does take a little time to dry on that mirror cardstock. And I also want to mention that Spellbinders has the Treasured series of the gold cardstock, but if they also came out with just the mirror cardstock. So you can actually buy a pack of just the mirror cardstock. It die cuts beautifully. You don't have to buy the whole Treasured series, so if you don't like the glitter cardstock, I love that they came out with that option. And I'll link this pack down below. Okay, these little pieces are layering, and these go on the sleeves. So we will add some glue here, flip it around, and we'll add one sleeve here, one sleeve here, and then we can add a couple dots of glue, and we can add the layering pieces. Here. This basically creates like a nice little ruffle, like a dimensional ruffle. And then I will add a little glue around the waistband, and we'll add a blue waist here. Okay, and then that's all we're doing with our little dresses. Aren't they so pretty? Just lovely. I'm going to put these to the side, and now we're going to do some embossing. I'm going to take a piece of my Spellbinders chiffon cardstock. This is an A2 panel, and then we're going to be using our Haberdashery Buttons embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder, and I'm going to add this in here. And I will run this through my die cut machine, and I'll be right back. And this is what it looks like. I just love buttons. Now I'm going to take my white pigment ink. This one happens to be from Simon, but Hero Arts has one too. And I'm just going to go over this. This is not going to be that big of a difference. I guess on camera you won't be able to tell at least. Okay. And I'm also going to trim a 1/4 inch off here. Let's bring in the paper trimmer. Flip it around. Okay. So now this is slightly smaller than my card base. Now before we put this on my card base, I'm also going to add some extra buttons, but I want them to be different colors. Okay, so I'm bringing back my embossing folder, and what I'm going to do is take some circle punches, and we're going to punch out some circles with the same colors of cardstock, and we're just going to go different sizes. Okay, let's see. I'm using my circle punches because it's a lot easier, and I have lots of different sizes. But if you want to use your circle dies, you could do that too. Okay, Spellbinders has a nice everlasting circle dies that you could use to cut out the same size buttons. Now I'm going to do a whole bunch more, and then we're going to take our circles. I'm going to flip this around here to the flat side, and I'm just going to layer them over the buttons, and we're going to emboss a whole bunch of different styles of buttons. I did quite a few, and I did the same colors that we use again for the dresses, the light and the dark. I was going to add gold, and I thought, no, that'd probably be a little bit too much. But now we're going to use our glue, and we're just going to layer these over here. I'm going to overhang them a little bit, and we're going to do lots of layering with these extra buttons. This is always fun. We're just basically creating some polka dots here. That is definitely a haberdashery of buttons. Okay, I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm going to trim off anything that's overhanging on all 4 sides. I'm going to adhere my panel on an A2 size card base. Now we have our dresses. Now what I want to do is bring in some of my DMC floss. I have some gold, and I thought since this is all about haberdashery, we need some thread. So I'm going to just create a little pile here using, Spellbinders has this I think in a 3-pack, but it comes in really handy. I'm just going to kind of bundle it together, put it in the middle of my card, because you know I like my texture. Okay, I'm going to take the Dressform, the pink one. We're going to put this right in the middle. Okay, we'll press that down, kind of securing that gold thread. And then I'll take, let's take our blue, and I'm going to tuck it under here, but go a little bit lower to give this a little bit more vintage vibe. I'm going to bring in some of my watercolor. This is from Spellbinders. I don't even know if Spellbinders still has this or not, but the gold in here is fabulous. There's gold, silver, and black. Okay, and I'm going to use the gold. We're going to add a little water. I just use my distress sprayer. Okay, and then I'm going to use a paintbrush. And now we're going to pick up some of this gold paint, and I'm going to do some splattering over the top. I am going to bring in some gems. These are my Color Essential gems. This is Spectrum AB, and we're going to add some gems to the center of the, just some smaller ones, of the buttons. And that will finish off my card today. A little haberdashery. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.